Hello students, the chapter which I'm going to start today is chemical bonding and molecular structure, and the topic which we are discussing today is valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. But before we start the topic, I would request every one of you to please subscribe to my channel and share this video as much as possible. So let's start with the topic. So in my previous video, I discussed about how octet rule helps us to determine that why molecules are formed, but octet rule will not tell us the shapes of various molecules. So in order to determine the shapes and geometries of various molecule, the first theory which was put forward was valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. So let us see the postulates of this theory. The first postulate is, in any molecule, the central atom is linked to other atoms by covalent bonds, and some non-bonded electrons can also be present. That means in any molecule, one atom will be the central atom and the other side atoms are attached by covalent bonds, but sometimes non-bonded, that is lone pair. So this is non-bonded. So non-bonded means lone pair is also present on the central atom and bond pair are also present on the central atom. If the central atom has only bond pair, so such geometries are symmetrical geometries. So such geometries are symmetrical geometries. But if along with covalent bonds, non-bonded electrons are also present, such geometries are distorted geometries. Right. So second is, the shapes of the molecule is determined by the repulsions of all electron in the valence shell of the central atom. Now we know that electrons have same charge. So central atom electrons will repel each other. So the shape of the molecule will be determined by those repulsions which are created by the electrons present on the central atom, that too in the valence shell. So because of this repulsion, so as a result of repulsions, electron pair move maximum far apart and they take up definite position in space. So because of repulsion, they will move far apart so that they are stable. So maximum far electrons means maximum stability, because now after moving apart, repulsions will decrease. So as a result of which, molecules have definite shape. But what will be the strength of repulsions? Because if we have both lone and bond pair on the central atom, so we know that lone pair electrons are closer in the space because they are present on the same atom. They are also closer to the nucleus. So lone pair repulsion. So one lone pair will repel another lone pair maximum because lone pairs are closer. So the lone pair repulsion is maximum than one lone pair and one bond pair. So if two lone pair are present and one lone and one bond is present, so which will repel more? Both the lone pair. And if one lone pair and one bond pair is there, the repulsion is less. And if both the pair are bond pair, then the repulsion between them is minimum. Now let us see how valence shell electron pair repulsion theory has determined the shapes of many different molecules. So the first shape is the central atom A with two other atoms. So this is AB2 type molecule, where the central atom, so AB2 type molecule, where the central atom is connected to two atoms. So if there are two bonds, so what do you think the two bonds will be maximum far apart in space? So they will be at the angle of 180 degree. So any two bonds at 180 degree, the shape or the geometry here will be linear. So let's study this geometry by taking one example. So taking one example, so the example is BeCl2. So here we know, so beryllium is the central atom. So BeCl2 is A. So Be is A, sorry. So in beryllium chloride, beryllium is the central atom with two valence electrons. So two valence electrons means it will make two bonds. So two bonds are at the angle of 180 degree, and this shape is obviously as seen in the picture. The shape is linear shape. Now the second geometry is AB3. Now what is AB3? The central atom here is A and the all side atoms are B, and this is all symmetrical, all bonded pair. So three bonds are arranged maximum far apart in space, that is at the angle of 120 degree, and all three are in same plane. So if the plane is X, all the atoms are in X plane. So the shape seems like a triangle. So this geometry is also known as triangular or trigonal planar geometry. So let's see one example of this geometry. So the example is BF3 or BCl3. So in BF3 we know boron is the central atom having three valence electrons. So three valence electron means three bonds. So three bonds are at the angle of 120 degree and the shape or geometry is triangular planar. So the other example, the other type of geometry which is possible according to valence shell electron pair repulsion theory is AB4. So in AB4, A is the central atom and B are the side atoms having only bonded electrons as bond pair. Now the bond pair will repel themselves so that they arrange themselves maximum far apart in space. So the bond angles come out to be 109 degree and 28 minutes, right? But this geometry is not in the same plane. That means all four atoms, they are not in the same plane. So as we can see, two atoms here will be in the same plane. So these two atoms are in the same plane, but one atom will be behind the observer and one atom will be towards the observer. So here this atom I have shown to be away from the observer and this atom that is towards the observer. So two atoms will be out of plane and two atoms will be in plane. But how to draw this on a piece of paper? So I have taken one simple example, carbon tetrachloride. So carbon here is central atom. So carbon is the central atom having four valence electrons. That means it will make four bonds with monovalent Cl. So all the bond angles are same, that is 109 degree 28 minutes, and the structure, this structure, four bonds, symmetrical, only bond pair, they are known as, the structure is known as which structure? This is tetrahedral. So AB is linear, AB2 is linear, AB is also linear, AB2 is also linear, AB3 was trigonal planar, and now AB4 is tetrahedral. The shape is tetrahedral according to valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. So let's understand AB5. So in AB5, the central atom is A and there are 5 Bs, but all these will not be in same plane. So what happens here is, out of them 5, 3 will be in same plane. So 3 will be trigonal. So 3 atoms will be in same plane. Let me assume this is X. So this is X plane. The other 2 will move out of plane in Y plane so that the repulsions are minimum after arrangement. So before arrangement, because of repulsions, 2 atoms moved out of plane, one above and one below. Now the angle between every X atom and every Y atom is 90 degree because X and Y. So X plane and Y plane, the bond angle is always 90. We have already studied. But in trigonal, so the geometry is trigonal, the 3 atoms are which are in the plane, the bond angle will be 120 degrees. So this bond angle is 90. This bond angle, the second bond angle again between X and Y is 90. And therefore between two Y atoms, so between two Y atoms, the bond angle is now 90 plus 90, 180. So two Y atoms are arranged linearly. So what will be the geometry here? So 3 atoms are trigonal, so we call it trigonal bipyramidal because 2 Ys are at pyramid. So trigonal bipyramidal geometry. So let's study one example. So in 2 dimension, that is on a piece of paper, how do we draw this? So PCl5 is the example where phosphorus we know has 5 valence electrons. So 5 valence electron means 5 bonds. So 3 bonds are at the angle of 120. So 3 are trigon and 2 atoms axial. So these are known as axial bonds. So 2 axial bonds are at 180 with each other and equatorial bond. So 3 trigonal bonds are known as equatorial bonds. So axial bonds and equatorial bonds are at the angle of 90 with each other. Now, the next geometry according to valence shell electron pair repulsion theory is AB6 type. So in AB6 type, so A is the central atom. Now your 4 atoms will be in the same plane. So in the picture, in this 3-dimensional arrangement I have shown, so these 4 atoms, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are in the same plane and they are at the angle of 90 with each other. So 4 atoms in the same plane, 360 divided by 4, the bond angle will be 90. And 2 atoms, so 2 atoms will move out of plane and these 2 atoms are at the angle of 180 with each other, but the X plane atom and Y plane, they are always at 90. So interesting thing here is the atoms in the plane are also at 90 with each other and the atoms which are out of plane are also 90 with the atoms which are in plane. Let me explain this bond angle once again. So the atoms which are in plane, so in plane atoms are also at 90 and the atoms which are outside in different planes, so suppose X and Y plane, so this angle, so X and Y, this angle is also 90. So that means all the bond angles are same, all the bond angles are 90. So let's see one example of this, that is SF6, sulfur hexafluoride. So sulfur hexafluoride arrangement is shown, all the angles here. So all the angles, whatever angle you are taking, all the angles here are same, that is 90 and this geometry is known as octahedral. So we draw octahedral geometry as shown, the sulfur central and 6F we arrange on a piece of paper as shown on the picture, and the geometry, the name of the geometry is octahedral. So AB6 type geometry is also known as octahedral. And the last geometry which was discussed by valence shell electron pair repulsion theory was AB7 type geometry. So AB7 type geometry, A is the central atom. See, wherever atoms move out of plane, in all the examples we are saying 2 atoms have moved out of plane. So 2 atoms, so if 2 atoms have moved out of plane, so out of 7, how many are in plane? So in same plane, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 5 atoms are in the same plane and 2 atoms have moved out of plane. So the atoms which are in same plane are at the bond angle. This bond angle is 72. But the bond angle between X and Y plane. So the atom at X and atom at Y is at 90. But 2 Y atoms, they are linear. So 2 Y atoms are linear and they will be at the bond angle. Obviously linear angle is 180. And this geometry, it is known as pentagonal bipyramidal. Why pentagonal? 5 are in plane. Why bipyramidal? Because 2 are out of plane. So because of 2 we say bipyramidal. So pentagonal bipyramidal is the geometry. Let's see one example. So the best example here is iodine heptachloride. So we know that central iodine. So iodine has 7 valence electrons. Therefore it will make 7 bonds, out of which 5 bonds, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 bonds are in the plane and two bonds have moved out of plane. So two bonds have moved out of plane. The atoms which are in plane, so all these atoms are at the bond angle 72 degree, and atoms which are out of plane, so this is suppose Y atom and this is X atom, so their bond angle will be 90 degree, and the geometry here is pentagonal by pyramidal.